Aloha friends, I'm Hawaiian Dan with TalkFishTV.com reporting on the central North Shore, nearshore region of Long Island, where you can find me zipping around on my Seagull inflatable Fast Cat 14 catamaran skiff from Seagull.com, and I'll say it again. Things keep changing so much from one week to the next that if you're not in the latest intel loop, it can be completely frustrating. Trust me, I've been there, and that's the purpose of this YouTube channel, TalkFishTV.com. This is your channel to learn and talk about fishing, designed to help keep you in the loop and provide you with proven tips to help keep you on the fish. So if you find this channel helpful, you can support it by simply hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Hit it now. It's free. It takes just a second to click and will provide me the opportunity to give back even more by releasing some future long-form content with extremely detailed seminars. Now the bays, harbor, and sound are still flooded with grass shrimp, rain bait, tons of peanut bunker, and snapper bluefish. On top of that, you can now add a massive influx of juvenile bluefish in the 1 to 2 inch range, making snapper, porgy, sea bass, fluke, bluefish, and schoolie striper fishing fun. Now finding keepers still takes a bit of work, but they're definitely out there, and staying in constant contact with what's going on and when and where is the key. The Long Island Sound of Central North Shore is now bombarded with cocktail and bigger-sized bluefish. Working birds and busting baitfish are an instant giveaway. Now for this week's tips. Tip number 1 is to cover ground. Of course, check your regular spots first, but if the fish aren't there, quickly move on. No need to stay around or keep fishing the same locations, even if they produced earlier in the season. Things constantly change. If they're not producing now, stop wasting time. The fish are somewhere and you need to keep moving until you find them. Tip number 2, look for working birds and bait. Your eye should never stop scanning the water for signs of life, and this time of year there's so much life out there. Tip number 3, when you find blitzing schools of fish, and this time of year heading into the fall you certainly will, pay attention to how they're feeding. I always have 2 rods set up, one for top water and one for below, or the ability to switch out lures quickly. However, keep in mind that often fish only show themselves for a brief second, and that's all the time you have to react.
Why so late?
If you see them blowing up on top, throw top water. If you sound them below, fish them below. Also, remember with top water bites, there may be less aggressive fish and bigger fish below. Tip number 4, if you see something that's not right, be sure to report it. As a community, we have to keep each other safe and protect our fishery by always doing what's right, especially when no one's looking. Now, this week's a great week to get the family out there, and I'd like to mention 2 party boats located here in Port Jefferson Harbor. They are the Osprey and the Celtic Quest. And while I don't have personal experience with the Celtic Quest, I do with the Osprey. It's boats, captains, owners, and they are top-notch great people. A while back, I made the mistake and I irrationally and briefly misspoke of them. They all took the high road and they did not retaliate. And when I came to my senses, I felt horrible and I apologized for my imperfections, which they kindly accepted. Now, my friends, this is what we call class. I then observed them over a 3-day weekend. Now, growing up, I used to work on a party boat, and we would run 1 full day or 2 half-day trips, which was exhausting and included early mornings and late nights and a lot of prepping and cleaning. But on all 3 days, I watched both Osprey boats take to the water not once, not twice, but 3 times each day. That's 9 times over that weekend of extremely early and extremely late, hard-working long days, and that's an incredible amount of work that resulted in getting many family and friends out on the water, and that's truly amazing, my friends. The Osprey boats are second to none. They're large, spacious, beautiful, stable, extremely clean, well cared for, highly maintained, and I can't speak of them, the crews, and the owners highly enough. If you don't have a boat of your own or just want to take it easy and fish, I highly recommend fishing the Osprey boats out of Port Jefferson Harbor, New York. They're located at 118 West Broadway, Port Jefferson, New York, 11777. Their number is 631-331-4153, and their email is ospreyfishingfleet@gmail.com. I'll also post a link to their website in the video description below. Now, there's more fun fighting bluefish to be caught than ever, and I mean massive pods of them blowing up everywhere. Using barbless single hook lures will make catching them safer for everyone, including the fish. Boga grips and a good pair of long-nosed pliers are a must, and be sure that everyone is wearing eye protection, safe footwear, and PFDs. There's nothing worse than angry bluefish teeth or a lure they violently slung loose. So please be safe out there, my friends. Now let's get off those couches, grab some family and friends, and get out there and fish. Remember to make someone smile today and every day. And until next week, stay safe out there, my friends, and keep spreading the Aloha!